Welcome back. We just beat the boss from this room.
No.
In the
Don't be silly.
the downtime, Tyler was talking about how he startles himself awake.
We're,
Yeah.
we're talking about medication.
Yeah, yeah.
Continuing
Um,
our previous
Our-
episode,
yes, our
Our
discussion
theme
on
of
mental health.
this block of Zelda.
mental health.
I was saying too, it's like with anxiety, I've experienced that as well, where like I used, since your body is in the fight or flight thing, I will say fight or flight so many goddamn times, but since it's in that mode,
The F and F.
it doesn't let you relax really, obviously, because you're anxious, but like, so one of my examples was I can't pee when I'm anxious. My body won't let me because it's just like, nope, you don't need that right now. Nope, we gotta fucking do something.
Mm-hmm. Your body needs to chill out before
Yeah.
you can let loose.
You're vulnerable when you pee.
Your
That's
body-
why dogs look around and shit.
Your
Make
body
sure.
has not seen
That's why they tuck their tails in when they like eat and stuff
Batman
because
Forever.
they're vulnerable.
I'm
in that
vulnerable
situation.
now.
Chill.
But so that too, like if I had like an attack or something, I often find that night when I go to sleep, because you get residual stuff. That's another thing. You get like aftershocks sometimes. And I'll go to sleep and then I'll wake up startled, just then just like out of it, and just like heart's fucking racing, and just like basically just entering into like an anxiety attack right out of sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Because your body is still dealing with that. So it's like your body's like, oh shit, something's wrong. Wake up. And it's just like, oh, I'm comfortably asleep in my bed.
You have to like then realize that I'm in a safe spot.
Yep.
I can be vulnerable here. Yes.
Yep,
It's
yep.
time to go to bed.
Yep.
I woke up screaming one
Oh,
time. Where in the dream, I don't remember what brought the events about.
I
but
definitely sleep talk though.
something made me just like horror movie, like guttural, top of the lungs, just
Yeah.
fear scream.
Yeah.
And during that scream, I woke up, and as I was waking up, I was already going like
Yeah.
like not full screaming out loud in
Yep.
real time.
It's kind of muted.
but
It's
I
weird.
was
I've had that sensation,
vocalizing to a pretty high degree of like about that level,
Yeah.
and I just was like immediately stopped doing that. Was like, holy shit, that was scary.
I've had that happen to me too, where somebody was a witness to it, where I don't think I remember making the noises, but I was sleeping, and Callie was like just getting up or something like that, or she was awake, and she remembers it fondly because it's funny. I don't remember what I was dreaming about or what it was, but I just remember going, like making that really weak sounding like
Yeah.
sigh or cry or
Yeah.
whatever.
Just
I
probably a
thought
scream in your dream.
in my dream I was screaming
Yeah.
to the top of my lungs somewhere, doing something, not like being scared, but just like being angry
Yeah.
or what. But
But
then
in
I,
that sleep state, that's all your fucking
externally,
body can
outside
muster.
of my
Monster.
outside of in the
Get my
reality, I'm just like
aggressive.
sounding like a weak Tarzan.
Yeah. One time, I might have told this story before on here, but I was asleep, and I was dreaming, and it was like some intense, like, on a stereotypical, like, fucking, what's it, like, where all the, like, the control room and shit, like, of like, a
TV station
starship or something.
bridge.
Bridge. I was on a generic bridge of something. I don't know if it was a spaceship. It could have just been like a base or something, but it was set up. It's
Yeah.
got all the consoles and shit, and people, whatever.
Were you in space?
And it was, I don't know. I don't
Okay.
remember. But they were, it was hectic what was going on. It's one of those scenes in those types of movies where you're like, oh shit, dude, this is happening. And then I remember like the person I was like, just like looked over and was like, shut up. And like,
You're the shut up guy.
and of course I said some more stuff, but like my mom,
I had more to
of
say.
course, but
I have more to say.
anyway, like either that day, like that morning, or the next one, my mom was just like, yeah, I went into your room last night. You told me to shut up. Or you yelled shut up in your
Is your
sleep.
mom Beavis?
And I was just like,
Told her to shut up.
yep. I'll do that sometimes, but I definitely have like, they like sleep cried, like you cry or something in a dream, and then you wake up and you've got them going for reals. I've had that a few times in life.
Your brain is totally weird.
Yep. I've definitely done that thing where I woke up in the middle of fucking saying something or screaming. I used to sleepwalk too when I was a kid.
Really?
My parents used to put we had like
crazy.
one of those
I've
like
never met anybody that sleepwalks.
80s, 90s as
Really?
fuck little wooden
about
like magazine rack things that sit next to chairs.
Yeah.
We had one of those, and they used to put that in front of our basement door, so I didn't, because I would go from my bedroom, which was on the 3rd level, down to like the center level, down to the bottom floor, and they'd find me like asleep on the couch down there sometimes.
If I had a kid that did that, I'd be freaked out. Like,
But I'm a deep sleeper, is what it is.
Same here.
Like that's why
I sleep
I constantly.
hard. I bomb it.
Yep, I fucking bomb it when I'm fucking sleeping, dude. But I would constantly tell my mom, do not come into my room when I'm sleeping and try to talk to me, because I will be in a half asleep state.
Or do and just see what happens.
Well, that's what happens.
Roll the dice, Mom.
There's been many times where my mom was like, Eric, I told you to do this. And I was like, no, you didn't. She's like, yes, I did. And eventually I learned to go, when did you tell me this? And
There
she'd
you
be
go.
like,
Yeah.
oh, I came in when you were sleeping and told you. I was like, there it is. Because I'm fucking half asleep.
I'm a different man.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. I'm in a weird state between. My brain's,
Every night,
my memory's not working. Like, I'm just
not your
there.
little boy anymore.
I put on the sleep mask. I become the
I'm
sleep.
Rick Danger.
Like, yeah, like my mom would be like, "Oh, do you work? Or you told me you work today?" I was like, "No, I don't." It's like, I was like, "Okay, let me do this again." Well, when did you tell me this? It's like, yeah, I know, but I'm like, never ever trust anything I say when I'm half asleep.
There was an emphatic hand motion
Yeah.
for you audio listeners.
Put that in parentheticals. Aggressive hands.
If I'm like on a trip with them, and I'm in like,
Like a. Trip?
no, like a vacation trip.
I knew what you meant.
If I'm on one of those, that'll happen too. It's like, Mark, time to get up, blah, blah, blah. And then she'll come back in like,
Your mom turned into Beavis to like some kind of Muppet.
and apparently I'll be like, "Yeah, okay, and then like she'll come in like a half an hour later or something, and be mad and be like, Eric, get up. I told you to get up. And I'm like, no, you didn't. It's like, yes, I did. It's like, well, let's review the situation.
I love how you have to like deconstruct. I was sleeping,
Yeah.
mother. That was a different me.
When did I tell you this?
When did the events take place?
I want your mom to record you asking, her asking you, and your sleep self saying, yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's just it. My mom would
Does
be
that
like,
sound like me, Mom? Does that sound like how I talk to you?
Does it sound like me, Mom? Huh?
Huh? Do
well,
I look
I'm
like a clown to
in
you?
this. I'm definitely more sassy than I am with. I got a little sass with my mom, but I love my mom.
Oh,
Sure.
fine.
She's a good lady.
You got to give your mom the sass.
Yeah,
what kids
I
do.
also like
That's
giving her
right.
shit though, and she knows that.
It's
But yeah, every
love
time
shit. It's love
because
shit.
she knows, because there was one time, when I said that to her, and she was just like, I was like, what, was I asleep? She's like, yeah, I know, but she's like, it's the only time I get to talk to you, because it was when I had moved back home, and like after being gone at my like apartment for a few years that I was in with Chucky Krang, my boy, and it's
Shout
like,
outs.
yeah, my boy Chucky Krang. I brought him up probably. It might have been during Pokemon. He's my boy.
You also just brought him up.
Yeah, just
His
now.
adopted boy.
But anyway, I'd moved back home, and so my mom, again, started doing that, and I was just like,
The only time she gets to talk to you, Eric.
that's what she said. Was she's like, it's the only time I get to talk to you, because
She must love how pleasant you sound when you
because
sleep.
she's like, because otherwise you're either gone or at work, or
Making those stupid podcasts with your friends.
well, like in
Eric,
the morning and afternoon,
podcaster?
something like that.
How do you know, Mom?
Am I that famous?
Oh God, she recognized me. Is it because?
She
Oh
recognized
fuck,
me.
dude.
Where do you recognize me, Mom?
Where did you recognize me from?
I know you from somewhere.
But But yeah, I reminded her. She's like, yeah, I know, but it's the only time I can talk to you. It's either because I keep abnormal sleeping hours.
That you do.
I go to sleep when they
Ding
wake
dong.
up, and then I would
just get a little bit of.
See the little bell.
yeah. I go to sleep when they'd wake up, right? And I'd wake up before they got home from work, and I'd have work then, or I'd be running doing shit. And so it was literally like she didn't have a chance to really, unless
Ain't got a chance.
ain't got a
man.
fucking chance, dude. Unless I was awake for like I was still pretty awake and didn't go to sleep before they woke up, then I'd see them. But like,
Eric, you're pretty asleep or awake.
I was just like, eventually I was just like, Mother, if it's something you want me to remember, just like text me or something.
There you go.
Like it'll be there, and I will look at it, and I will know. She did that maybe like once or twice. Once or twice.
You're just there. It's easier if you're just there.
Yeah.
Even if it's sleepy.
Well, exactly.
Sleepy broad.
And she doesn't use the phone too much. So.
She's scared of the phone.
Dude, she is definitely one of those people that is like not scared of technology, but just like.
No, I know.
Like
not a phobia of tech.
Would rather
like,
rather leave it than have it for sure.
Well, yeah, it's just too much. Like
can't be bothered.
Yeah,
that's what
it's
I like
overwhelming to try to think
just
to
can't be bothered.
learn something. Like I was so amazed that my mom knew how to operate a computer. Not saying like use it really well. I'm just saying like knows how to operate it.
Okay.
If you give her specific directions for something she has to use on the computer, she will learn that and nothing more. So I'm still very much, Eric, I'm having a problem with my phone, or something went wrong with the computer at work today. And like,
can you come to work for me tomorrow?
No, but she would just talk about it, and I'd be like, well, try turning it off and turning it back on again. The classic, but actual advice too. But yeah, my dad though will like learn things. He's
good dad.
He knows how to use his phone and a computer, and
I cannot
is
say
good
that
at-
for my dad.
he's not great. Like there's still obviously just like I don't get this, but like, and sometimes I'm able to help, but he understands for the most part. It would take you a while before you would be like, oh, you don't know
You don't know BASIC?
a lot of stuff with that.
You don't know C++?
Because it's very... My grandpa on my dad's side fucking learned how to use a computer.
You didn't want
And
to be
that was,
obsolete.
like, that was amazing. Because like none of my other... Like, my grandma on that side learned how to use... She texts us a lot, and she has a tablet that she uses, but very much like something happens, she's very much just like, I don't.
Why start now?
Well, my grandpa was very inquisitive and stuff like that, so he'd figure it out.
Shoutouts to grandpas out there.
Grandpas, dads, moms,
And we'll be back
Angels,
in the next episode with
demons.
The apples, the carrots,
Animals.
bananas too. Don't
You
eat the
meet
food.
me-
It's poison food.
Behind Grubb's Tavern. I will show you where the treasure is hidden.